And good evening, everyone, and welcome in to the UFC Fight Cards podcast presented by Orange Fire Media. I'm Russ Renault, and thanks again for joining us here on another great Sunday night in Houston, Texas. Great to see everybody here, and I really appreciate your support here over the last few months. And we are trying to make changes here, as maybe you have heard there in the intro that, trying to add some elements here and there as we go along. You'll see some more as we go along here in the show. If you're joining us for the first time, just want to say thanks for stopping in and making us a part of your Sunday night. And hope everybody's having a good Memorial Day weekend, staying safe, having fun, relaxing, as getting into summer. For those of you as kids in school, that, this is the exciting time of year that you finally get a break and finally get to have some fun, I hope. And, just coming in here and making this a part of your night is really special to me, and I really appreciate it. So if you're joining us for the first time, I just want to let you know what we're all about. Is that we are going to talk about the events going on in the UFC, the past fight cards. We usually do that, but there was no UFC event this weekend, so we'll just be previewing stuff that's going to be coming up later. And we'll go through kind of the schedule for the next couple of months in the UFC, and the fights that have been announced. A lot of those, just with it being a slow week, it's kind of different because we don't have a whole lot to talk about as far as that goes. But the good news is that the less that we talk about fights and schedules, the more we get to focus on cards, which is why most of you are here, I hope. So we've got 8 hobby boxes left of 2023 Prizm, and I've got 2 retail boxes left, so I'm going to go through one of those first, and then we'll go through one of the hobby boxes, so one each this week and next week, and we'll tell you what's coming up on the show as we go along and what we'll be doing the next few weeks. Again, if you're joining us again for the first time, or even if you have been here before, just tell you that you can use the chat feature. You can drop me a message, tell me your name, where you're watching from, and what fighters you collect. And I kind of keep that in mind. And, as people go along, I'll remember who you PC if you will drop it in that spot. You can reach me by email at russ@orange-fire.com, because all of our stuff on here is available for sale or for trade. You can drop me an email. You can get a hold of me on social media. My Twitter handle is @FightCardsRuss or @OrangeFireMedia. You can find me on Facebook, Russ Renault, Reneau, or Orange Fire Media on Facebook. So you can pretty much get in touch with me any way that you please, any way that you want to, if you see something that you want, just let me know, because everything here is for you. And that's why I do this show, is because I want collectors to have another place that they can come and find cards that they want to buy, that they want in their hands, and I make good deals, and that's just what I want to be about. A lot of other places are not about the collector. They're about themselves, and and I don't fault people for that. I mean, it is a business for a lot of people, but I do this mostly for fun. Hopefully down the road, this is something that a lot of people enjoy, and there's a financial aspect to it, but because I do need to keep the show on the air. So as far as that goes, that's what I want to do. I want to keep doing the show. That's my financial, aspect of it, is that I want to do enough to keep doing the show for you. And, that takes a little bit of support. And that's what I hope that we do on here. And this is the family-friendly UFC show. That I hope that your kids that are getting into collecting, I have small kids, and I hope that one day that they have something that they enjoy and they're passionate about. We want to help kids that are getting into the hobby, the things to look out for, the things to watch for, the things to collect, what to stay away from, just how to go about it, how to protect your cards, what to grade. All of those things are stuff that we can talk about on the show. If you just want to drop a question in the chat, we'll talk about it, and that's what I want to be here for. So if that sounds like you, there's a place you want to be, hit that subscribe button, and you won't miss a show. We do this every single week. We open a hobby box of UFC product, and we have fun doing it. So that's my goal over the next few weeks, is to start getting into this 2023 product even more, because we know that Don Russ is going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks. And we have a case of Prizm. We're going to have a case of Don Russ on the way. So next week, I haven't heard exactly when the Don Russ is going to ship, but it's supposed to be on June 8th, which would push us into 2 weeks from today. Is that we would have that in our hands. I don't know if Panini's going to come through on that or not. I hope they do and live up to that. But if not, we've got enough Prizm to keep us busy for a little while. I think if that does come in on June 8th, then we would have a show on June 10th, or June 11th actually, and we will open up a box of Don Russ and a box of Prizm on that show. So I hope you stick around and you don't want to miss that, as we do a double live rip on that show. So hopefully we're live on Twitch tonight. I don't know if we are or not. The one thing about this show is, and for those of you who have been here, I'm a one-man show. So I produce it, and I'm the host, and so it's a lot of moving parts, which is why sometimes we're on a little bit late, and sometimes I have to reconfigure the whole show. And so hopefully we're working out some of that stuff, and that some of this production improves over the next, couple of weeks, and that we're looking at adding some features and getting into some different things as far as adding guests. So we may be changing platforms. We're going to be on YouTube, but as far as software goes, we're going to be looking to add some software that'll help us get on guests easier and have them on the show, and just grow this to be one of the best UFC podcasts out there. So before we get into cards, we're going to talk about what is coming up on the UFC schedule. And so our next event is from the Apex in Las Vegas. Next Saturday will be a flyweight main event. Number 3 Kaikar of France is going to be taking on number 7 Amir Albazi. Co-main event, featherweight division, number 15 Alex Caceres versus Daniel Pineda. So not a great card. Nothing to get me too excited next week. But we'll talk about it as we go. Hopefully something great comes out of that. Abubakar Nurmagomedov's on that card. So not totally lost. But I mean, if you've been around me enough, you know that the Apex cards sometimes aren't my favorite, just because it doesn't give the fans something to get excited about, somebody in a city other than Las Vegas, something to get excited about. So I like to see it move around a little bit. It's been a long time since there's been an event in Houston. I'm looking forward to having something back here so I can go. Just kind of a personal thing for me. But have UFC 289 coming up June 10th in Vancouver. Amanda Nunes defending the women's bantamweight title against the number 5 ranked contender Irene Aldana. That should be a great one. Great stylistic matchup there. I am looking forward to that one quite a bit. But it's going to be a good card. The co-main event in the lightweight division, the number 1 contender, former champion Charles Oliveira against number 4 Beneil Dariush. And then when you look ahead a little bit, another Apex card on June 17th, headlined by a top 5 matchup in the middleweight division between number 4 Jared Cannonier and number 3 Marvin Vettori. Arman Tsarukyan is on that card. And then we get to Fight Night on June 24th in Jacksonville with a featherweight matchup between number 5 Josh Emmett and number 9 Ilya Topuria. And we've got a women's strawweight matchup between 2 ranked opponents, number 11 Macy Barber taking on number 9 Amanda Hebus. Also some other ranked fighters on that card. Brendan Allen, number 13 in the middleweight division, number 11 Neil Magny in the welterweight division. Also Baby Shark, Tabitha Ricci, number 15 in the women's strawweight division. All of them in action on June 24th. Right now, July 1st at the Apex, we know the main event in the middleweight division, number 7 Sean Strickland against Abbas Magomedov. Then we get into UFC 290, July 8th in Las Vegas, International Fight Week, and that's always a great card. The UFC really likes to stack that one, and this one's no different. Featherweight matchup between the champion, Alexander Volkanovski, against the interim champion, Yair Rodriguez. Co-main event is in the flyweight division, Brandon Moreno taking on number 2 contender, Alexander Pantoja, who has a victory over Brandon Moreno, so that one should be a great matchup. Also in the middleweight division, number 2 Robert Whittaker against number 6 Dracus du Plessis, and another ranked matchup in the lightweight division between number 10 Jalen Turner and number 11 Dan Hooker. Also on the card, we got Bo Nickel in the middleweight division taking on Trayshawn Gore as his star just continues to rise. He's on that main card. And also Sean Brady and Jack Della Maddalena in the welterweight division. So 2 of the rookies in the Prizm product, Maddalena and Nickel, on that card. So it should be pretty exciting. That's what we do. That's why we talk about the schedule, is we kind of look for, the hottest fighters, where they're going to be competing, and just kind of keep an eye on their progression throughout the year, because a win or a loss can affect the value of a card significantly, as we know. We've seen with Alex Pereira. Had he still been the middleweight champion right now with those rookie cards, they would be sky high. So that has kind of kept the price down a little bit. Still a very collectible item, but not as much as it would have been had he still been the champion. As we continue to go along, kind of round it out here so we can get into cards a little bit faster tonight. Fight night on July 15th, Apex, Holly Holm against Mayra Bueno Silva, women's bantamweight division. So number 3 against number 10 there. Also in the welterweight division, Rafael dos Anjos against Vicente Luque. One that I'm really looking forward to because that's who I collect, Tom Aspinall. He'll be in the main event against Marcin Tybura. The heavyweight division, number 5 against number 10. The fight night on July 22nd in London. Co-main event. Well, I don't know if it's co-main event yet, but it's been on the card since the beginning. Molly McCann against Julia Stolarenko. Also got a women's bantamweight matchup. Ketlin Vieira and Pannie Kianzad, number 4 against number 7. And then we get into UFC 291, July 28th in Salt Lake City. Dustin Poirier against Justin Gaethje in the lightweight division. This is just a great card. Light heavyweight division, Alex Pereira making his light heavyweight debut against Jan Blachowicz. Tony Ferguson, Bobby Green, Paulo Costa, Ikram Aliskerov in the middleweight division. Then you got Stephen Thompson against Michel Pereira. So just a really good card at UFC 291 that we could look forward to. And then UFC 292, that's been kind of the controversy right now, but it's on the books. Bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling against number 2 Sean O'Malley for the bantamweight title August 19th in Boston. The co-main event is the women's strawweight champion Zhang Wei Li against the number 4 ranked contender Amanda Lemos. So that is everything that we've kind of known up to now, and some of the other things that we can get into that we've seen a little bit this week is that maybe that John Jones, Stipe Miocic heavyweight title matchup may not be happening, and that Sergey Pavlovich is certainly game to step in there and take on John Bones Jones for that heavyweight title. So that may be something that we're looking at in October instead. So I don't know why it fell apart or why it is falling apart, but you want to see Jones and Miocic go at it, and then Pavlovich get the winner of that. In my mind, I'm a big heavyweight fan. For those of you who don't know, I love the heavyweight division. Always have. That's kind of a boxing thing left over from watching Mike Tyson a lot when I was younger. But I just love the heavyweight division, and I really want to see Jones and Miocic before they get too old, and then see Pavlovich get the winner of that. And then personally, I want to see Tom Aspinall and Pavlovich fight for the title going down the road as kind of that torch gets passed from Jones to someone else. So there's full disclosure on that one. Not a whole lot more coming out of this week, just because there was no UFC event this week, so there's just not going to be a whole lot of news, but we should see more coming out this week, so hopefully some more fight cards that get announced, maybe filling out that July 1st fight night at the Apex. That's probably one that you want to highlight a little bit, that there should be some fights added to that card coming up pretty quick. I mean, that's not too far away, and so for fighters not to be already in camp preparing for that July 1st event would be, I'm sure they already know, but just hasn't been announced yet. but it'd be kind of weird for them not to get that full 8 weeks in to train for that fight. So one of the things that we do on this show is we announce our hobby top 5, and this is a new feature. A little more production into this one this week, and we hope you enjoy it, just from the visual aspect of it, not so much just the content, but just that you know that I'm trying to get better and better every week. So what we do with the hobby top 5 is, this is not the top 5 pound for pound fighters. This is the top 5 fighters in the hobby right now. That who is everybody collecting, who's demanding the most price in breaks, whose cards are selling for the most right now, who's everybody looking for. That's what we try to do, and that's what we try to identify. So every week we go through our hobby top 5, and then we get into the opening of the cards that we have. So let's first get to our hobby top 5, and I hope that you enjoy this, what I've got going on this week. See, we're trying. See, we got our UFC fight cards hobby top 5, and here we go. Number 5 is, this hasn't changed, so Alex Pereira. So the former middleweight champion, who is a rookie in this product, he is number 5. And number 4 this week is the only female we've had on the hobby top 5, Erin Blanchfield, rookie in the 2023 Prizm. Number 3 this week is Hamzat Chimaev. That's a leftover from, he's a rookie 2 years ago, but still a hot name in the product. And number 2 this week used to be number 1, but he's no longer a rookie, so it is Shavkat Rakhmonov. Just a really hot fighter on a huge winning streak, and people are really looking for him. And number 1 again this week in the hobby top 5 is the rookie Bo Nickel. So Bo Nickel comes in at number 1 on the hobby top 5, and we will come back and you see it right there, that list. Bo Nickel, Shavkat Rakhmonov, Hamzat Chimaev, Erin Blanchfield, and Alex Pereira. So hope y'all enjoyed that a little bit more than me just talking over it. Like I said, I'm trying to get better every week. We added some music at the beginning. We added a graphic. So like I said, it's going to get better and better as we go along. You know, I've even added, if you look over my left shoulder, got the UFC 220 fight poster over my left shoulder. That is, the main event was Stipe Miocic and Francis Ngannou. Co-main event was Daniel Cormier and Volkan Ozdemir for the light heavyweight title. That was the first UFC pay-per-view I ever went to, and so I've added that fight poster over my left shoulder. You can see a few of the cards over my right shoulder. Some of the ones I have, I actually have the Daniel Cormier and the Stipe Miocic fight mat relic. Those are those 2 cards up there. There's 3 cards up there. The Tom Aspinall slab that I have, cracked ice, red cracked ice of 25 that I had graded. You can see over here, if you look at where my thumb is right there, got the Origin set from Chronicles the last 2 years. I just really like the way that product looks, so I just thought it'd look good on the set. So I put that there, and then you can see my other, as Michael Bisping and Anthony Smith would call it, your bits and bobs. Over my right shoulder is just Orange Fire Media sponsors the show, and part of that media company is have a Houston Craft Brewery map, and that was actually delivered this week. That is out for sale now. If you're interested in that, just let me know, and we can get you in touch with that and get you a copy of that. Those are $10, and just a great looking product. And if you're into Houston craft beer, if you're into craft beer in general, just let me know, and I can get you one of those posters in your hands quickly. We've got those now available for sale, and would love to get those out. But just kind of a cross promotion here on the show. If that's something that you just kind of had an eye on, you're like, what is that? That's what that is, and it's out. It's been a few years in the making, and so now that product is actually out on the market now. So if you want to learn how to get a hold of one of those, they're on Shopify, but you can get in touch with me and we can get you one. So again, all of our cards are for sale. Anything you see, just let me know. Russ at orange-fire.com. On Twitter, it's at FightCardsRuss or at OrangeFire Media. Or on Facebook, Russ Renault, Reneau, or Orange Fire Media. So tonight we will be opening up a retail box and a hobby box of Panini Prizm. So, like I said, we've got 8 boxes of Prizm left. We've only got the 2 retail boxes, so that'll be this week and next week. And we'll be opening Prizm next week on June 4th. And then after that, if we have Don Russ in, we'll open a box. But we'll also open a box of Prizm next week. And then we'll probably open the rest of the Don Russ that we have until the next product comes out. We're gonna kind of keep some of this Prizm tucked away. And we want to fill up every week during the calendar year. And that's why I have a case of everything, that we make sure that we have a hobby box every week to open. Because I tell people that we open a hobby box every week, and I don't want to lie to people. I want to open a hobby box every single week. So we'll keep in touch with all the products, and we'll keep some back just in case we hit a lull. If Panini misses a launch date, that we don't miss product on a show. So I'm not going to open all the Prizm all at one time. I wish I could. You don't know. I've said this before. You don't know how hard it is just to not want to tear into this and open all of this product right now. Like, I just want to see what's in here. I want to see what our case hit is, what our autos are, and all this product, and just see what we have. And it's just so hard to hold it back for the show. So I had 2 of these up there for show. I had one of the retails and one of the hobbies up for show. We're gonna put those away. Put those to the side for next week, and we will open these in just a second. But I do like to go back and show you what we've hit so far. And another thing I want to let you know about is I do have a store on eBay, but I do like to sell to people on the show first. So you do have first dibs on this, so you don't have to go to eBay and find it. But there is a store called Orange Fire Lots of Lots, and that's my store. And you can find these products on there. A lot of them, we've started listing the 2023 products this year. A lot of these are on there. But we've already sold some that never even made it to eBay that people saw on the show, or I reached out, saw them on Facebook. They were looking for something in particular, and then that we just were able to come together and make a deal. So some of the stuff that we've hit is already gone. We had a Terrence McKinney orange, and somebody was looking for that, and it was gone. And so just some of the stuff that we've hit is already gone. I'm going to cover up. I did finally redeem this week. Everybody that has seen this, that we had a BJ Penn redemption card. That was the first auto that we hit. And so I sent that redemption in off this week. I hope that one's already spoken for. I think it is. But we hit this one last week. Daniel Cormier, champion signatures, just a base though. But I do like to put these together. So we have a Daniel Cormier with the blue wave. We also have a Fearless Silver and the Cormier base. So those are all together. Those are all on eBay together. So we do like to put them together in lots. Chris Gutierrez red, that was the other auto that we hit. So it was the DC and Chris Gutierrez last week. So that was numbered to 99. And Chris Gutierrez already also comes with a cracked ice. So those are a pair. Some of the other autos we've hit, Tank Abbott Silver, Matt Hughes, the Legendary Signatures, includes a base there. Jake Matthews, rookie, auto, silver. And been pretty good on Chris Curtis here too. Chris Curtis base auto, rookie card, and also with a blue. That's numbered to 175. The base card, Chris Curtis, that goes with it. This art case hit so far. Damon Jackson Octagon Prizm. So that one's a rookie card, numbered 2 of 8. So 2 of 8 is what we're trying to beat. So Damon Jackson. Here is our Baby Shark Orange. So that one's numbered to 99. Got a few Baby Sharks there. So got some base Baby Shark. Tabitha Ricci. Johnny Walker Purple. There's numbered to 149. A couple of Johnny Walker Silver Prizms that go with that. Rob Font Purple. I'm just going through the numbered cards and any other color that I have with it. Tisha Torres Purple. Nasruddin Mamavov Purple. Mario Bautista got a purple and Mario Bautista blue. So 2 numbered Mario Bautista cards, 149 and 175. Amanda Lemos purple. Jorge Masvidal the blue. Aleskab Kazriv. Had a lot of colored rookies. Chidi and Jaquani, another blue rookie card. Sugar Sean O'Malley, a red, numbered to 199. The light heavyweight champion, Jamal Hill, numbered to 199, red. And we've got Song Yadong in the red and the Ruby Wave. So we've got both of those. Yeah, your Rosenstrike in red and Vulcan Ozdemir in the red. We've got a lot of Hyper, a lot of Blue Wave, a lot of Ruby Red Wave that I just have set aside. But I just want to go through the autographs and the numbered cards for right now. So we'll put those back aside. And now we will get into this week's live rip. And so this is what everybody's been waiting for. I like to not do more than a 30-minute intro because this is what everybody came to see. But I appreciate everybody hanging in there. We've got to have a show, right? I mean, I do like to make it an hour. Maximize our time, and it's a little bit easier when there's an event to talk about. So here we go. This is a retail box of Panini Prizm. Like I said, I've never had a whole lot of luck with retail products. They're just a fun, cheaper rip than the others. Than buying a hobby box, but and I'll talk about every card as we go through because we do put the show on the audio platform. So it's on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and wherever else you get your podcasts. And so if you're driving in your car, you're listening at work, and you hear something that sounds interesting to you, that you can go back on the YouTube feed and you can watch it and you can see what the card looks like, and you can reach out if you want it. So that's why I go through every card. So I know a lot of breaks don't do that. They just get right to the hits. But we've got time, so we're going to go through it. So Colby Covington, these are base. Saeed Nurmagomedov, Macy Barber, and a Pat Sabatini green. So those are kind of the retail parallels, are the green. Those are not numbered. So there we go. One of the hot rookies from last year, Patty Pimblett base. Habib Nurmagomedov. We got a Carla Esparza cracked ice. And a Francis Ngannou dominance. Like I said, use that chat box. Let me know where you're listening from, who you collect. We'll keep it in mind. We go TJ Dillashaw, Kamaru Usman, Islam Makhachev, and Bryce Mitchell green. Go Sean Strickland, Mike Malott, Rose Namajunas cracked ice, and a Brandon Moreno green dominance. So that's not bad to get a insert color. I think I've gotten one numbered card out of all the retail that I've opened over the last year. Gilbert Burns. Oh, that's not bad. Hasbullah Magomedov. And, wow, I've actually got an auto out of this. John Castaneda, rookie, green. So that's not bad at all. For a retail box. I'm going to have to... I didn't even expect to break out the penny sleeves for these, and look at that. Got lucky. That's about the best you can hope for out of retail product. Not mad at that. Don't know a whole lot about John Castaneda, but he's a rookie and we got an auto. So I'll take it. So Sean Brady silver to finish off that. But getting the Hasbullah, that's not bad either. Getting that in the same pack. And to finish off this retail pack, Piero Rodriguez, Matt Schnell, and we got a Caitlin Chukagian cracked ice, and Jessica Andrade all out. So kind of a successful retail box there with the John Castaneda green auto. Those aren't numbered, but still not bad. All right. Here we go. So here's the hobby box of Prizm. This is our 5th live rip of these hobby boxes. All right. We'll keep the penny sleeves down here this time. I know we'll need them for a few of these cards. We always pull the back card to the front because we know that it's anticlimactic at that point. So, back card to the front. And Sean Brady all out. Leon Edwards. Tatsuro Taira. Derek Brunson. Martin Bude. Josh Emmett, another Hasbullah, so that's 3 that we have. Uros Medic, Renat Fakratidanov, Casey O'Neill, and we got a numbered card here. Marlon Chito Vera Blue, 175. So again, we're trying to beat the Damon Jackson Octagon Prizm. That's number 2 of 8. That's our case hit so far. Looking for our 2 autos this week. We pulled so when I went through them, so there's the last one: Mark Madsen, rookie card, hyper. So we had pulled a Yuri Prochazka auto, and that one sold. Found a buyer for that one, so that was good. Been selling a lot of the 2022 stuff. Really want to move that. So really competitive, low pricing on the 2022 stuff on eBay. Really want to get that out of the way so that I can focus on the 2023 stuff. And like I said at the beginning of the show, that anything sold here early on this year, it's all going to go back into the show and buying cards. Everything that gets sold for 2023 will go back into buying cards for the show that we can open here. So there we go. The back card there was a Stipe Miocic all-out silver Prizm. So not bad. Henry Cejudo, Anderson Silva, Abubakar Nurmagomedov, Dominic Cruz. I'm showing off those cards there in the back. Maybe not get a good look at those, but Carol Hossa, Jack Della Maddalena. We hadn't had a Bo Nickel or a Jack Della Maddalena until last week, and they actually came in the same pack. So maybe we'll find another Bo Nickel in here. Daniel Cormier, and there it is. They are in the same pack. Another Bo Nickel, awesome. Amanda Ribas, and the auto that we pulled from earlier. So we're kind of building a little John Castaneda lot here. We had the green auto from the retail pack, so now we've got a silver to put along with that. And also in this pack, we've got a Zamat Mirzakhanov Ruby Red Wave. Like I said, there we go. That was the first card in the pack, was the Stipe All Out Silver. So I hope everybody enjoys your day off tomorrow. Hope everybody's off tomorrow. Going to the Astros game tomorrow. It'll be my first one of the year. That'll be a good time. Looking forward to it. So here we go. Back card is a Piotr Jan Fearless. And then the rest of the pack, Brian Ortega, Adrian Yanez, there we go, John Castaneda again, Frankie Edgar, Paulo Costa, Jamal Hill, Matt Hughes, Josiane Nunez, rookie, Holly Holm, go a numbered card here. Sticking with the rookies on the numbered card, Jordan Levitt, red. That one is numbered to 199. And our other parallel is a Saeed Nurmagomedov hyper. We go back card first. Max Holloway dominance. And Alex Volkanovski. Yana Kutnitskaya. Now Yana Santos. Azamat Murzakanov. Lucas Almeida. Both those rookies. Cyril Gahn. Merab Dvalishvili. Jared Cannonier. Song Yadong. Norman Dumont. Got a Jailton Almeida Silver. And Lucas Almeida Ruby Red Wave. Like I said, we end up with a lot of rookie color in this product. Kind of seems like what this hobby box has been. So we're not going to complain about that. Especially if it ends up being a Bo Nickel and Aaron Blanchfield and Alex Pereira, Jack Della Maddalena. Take all of those we can get. Tabitha Ricci. So there we go. Last week's big winner, Mackenzie Dern. All out. George St. Pierre. Piotr Jan. Mateus Nicolau. Juliana Pena. Valentina Shevchenko. Marina Rodriguez. Lauren Murphy. Philip Rowe, rookie. Aliskab Kizreev, rookie. And we've got a green here. I think I call it teal. Islam Makhachev. So that one's 3 of 49 with Islam. So it is a teal. Not bad at all. So good look at that one. Islam Makhachev, numbered to 49. Then we got another rookie Ruby Red Wave with Sean Woodson. You know, those are good cards to include in a lot. You know, somebody buys a numbered rookie card, just throw in what you have. And that's the thing about buying cards for me. If you go on eBay, if you buy something on here, then you're going to get more cards than you bought, than you thought you bought. And there's always going to be something extra thrown in there. Usually there's something. If I have it of that fighter, you're usually going to get it. I'm not going to say all the time, just, you know, in case somebody tries to hold me to that one day. But I'm going to say, you know, you're going to get something. You're going to get something extra out of there. So, back card first, Jan Blachowicz, Fearless, Rob Font, Carla Esparza, Caitlin Chukagian, Matt Frivola, rookie. Only had one of those before today. Zhang Wei Li, Sean O'Malley, Molly McCann, rookie, Andre Petrosky, Tisha Torres, and Frankie Edgar, silver. And Dustin Poirier, Blue Wave. So we're halfway through this box. No autos yet. Our best card is the Islam Makhachev teal, numbered to 49. So now we've got 6 more packs to go. All right. card that we don't have yet that I know. As I go through them, I'm trying to build some of these insert sets. Don't have this one yet. Murad Dvalishvili Fearless. Got a Tai Tuivasa, David Dvorak, Mark Madsen, Sean Brady, Michelle Watterson, Tony Gravely, Randy Brown, Paul Craig, Marlon Vera, and there we go. Got a Charles Oliveira red. That is numbered to 199. That is actually a bookend, 199 of 199. See that right there? And the other one in this one, David Dvorak Hyper. I want to remind everybody, if you're listening for the first time, do have some stuff that we're waiting on to get in. I sent off a Michael Chandler Gold Flux autograph to be graded a little while ago. Thought that I would have had it back by now, so I'm expecting that any day. And we're going to, they send you an email with a grade on those, and I'm going to hold off, and I'm not going to open that email. And we're going to open that when it comes in on the show, and so we'll be able to see what that grade is on that Michael Chandler auto. We'll all find out together. And it's taken so long that I hope that just means that it's a gem, and they're trying to figure out that black or gold label to put on it. So actually, we're down to 5 packs, and haven't seen an auto yet. But I said that, and I know that we've got one in the back here. So here we go: BJ Penn Hall monitors, Max Holloway, Kareem Silva rookie, Israel Adesanya, Nasruddin Imavov rookie, Jonathan Pierce. We had pulled an orange of Jonathan Pierce. That's already gone. Somebody snatched that up. Rose Namajunas, Chidi Njokwani, Tyler Santos, Derek Lewis. So Charles Oliveira silver. And let's see what we have in this auto welterweight division. We've got Matt Brown, legendary signatures. We've had quite a few of those. Now we've got a Matt Brown. We've had a Tank Abbott silver. This is actually a silver. We've had Tank Abbott silver. We've had Matt Hughes. Now we've got a Matt Brown. So I actually have an immaculate Matt Brown auto as well. So I've got 2 Matt Brown autos if anybody's interested in those. Like I said, we got this Charles Oliveira to silver to add along with our red. You just add these on and do a lot. Somebody picked up Ignacio Bahamondes, a rookie lot this week, and that included a blue or cracked ice and a ruby wave, I believe. So one of our autos out of the way, 4 packs to go. And I said early on, now this is our 5th rip, that, I wanted to hold off on that case hit. But at this point, I'd like to see it. And Damon Jackson, we've got that 2 of 8. And that's kind of the leader right now. And I'm hoping that's not it. Nothing against Damon Jackson at all. Just hope we didn't get it out of there too early and that there's something bigger in these boxes. So here's a Joanna Jędrzejczyk Dominance, Anthony Smith. Now we've got an orange in here coming up. Yuri Prochazka, another Aaron Blanchfield. I'll take all of those that we can get. Pat Sabatini, Jack Hermanson, Marvin Vittori, Jorge Masvidal, Glover Teixeira, Chris Curtis. We've got Chris Curtis auto and a blue. Here's our orange. Hasbullah Magomedov, orange. That is numbered to 99. So, not the biggest thing that I'm looking for, but I will take it because it'll make us some money on this show. So awesome. Like I said, I'm not into the novelty of it. But if that's what people are after, that's what people are after. And we will sell that all day long. Yeah, we'll offer that up. There's a Uriah Faber hyper. A little bit of a print line on there. That'd be a throw-in on something. If anybody collects Uriah Faber. There we go, hyper, then rest of the pile. So 3 packs, 1 auto still out there. Here we go. Glover Teixeira all out. Damon Jackson, Raul Rosas Jr. I've got about 6 of those now. Amanda Nunes, Jan Blachowicz, Calvin Cater, Alexa Grasso, Volkan Ozdemir, Curtis Blades, Joe Pfeiffer, and we've got a Adrian Yanez silver and a Mackenzie Dern blue wave. So we do have another Mackenzie Dern. That wasn't in my hit pile, so... No, I know that's a purple from last year. I do have a Mackenzie Dern lot up right now. I do want to let everybody know that if you've seen any of the promos, that we are doing card giveaways. At some point, we're going to reach 100 subscribers, and we're going to give away those cards. It's 7 lots, and they are at least 10 cards each, and every single one of them contains a numbered card. And let me go through those before we get to those last 2 packs. That it is John Jones. There's over 20 John Jones cards in there, and there's a numbered card in that. We've got Robert Whitaker, Jan Blachowicz, Justin Gaethje, and Glover Teixeira. So we've got all those lots contain a numbered card. 2 female fighters. We've got a Holly Holm lot that's pretty big, and we've got a Miesha Tate lot that contains 2 numbered cards. So if you subscribe, you'll be entered into that automatically. Let anybody else that you know that would be interested in this show, even in the slightest bit, that you're entered into that. Tell them to subscribe just so that you have a chance to win those cards. You have an extra chance. Say, hey, subscribe to the show, and then I'll have another chance to win something. So that's the only way to enter into those. So we're halfway there. So everybody that subscribed right now invites one more person to be on, and then we can start giving away some stuff. And we'll do that every now and then. You know, as we're getting going, we're going to do a big one at the beginning, and then we'll probably tone it down a little bit as we go along, but then we're always going to have something to give away here. So here we go. Cyril Gone Fearless. We don't have one of those yet. Shavkat Rakhmonov, base. Brandon Moreno. Manon Fiorot. Umar Nurmagomedov. Raquel Pennington. Francis Ngannou. Pedro Munoz. Alexander Volkov. Yan Xiaonan. Got a purple here. Israel Adesanya. We'll take an Izzy number card any day. Number to 149. So there's that one. Like I said, we'll go back through all these hits as we go, or at the end of the show. And Baby Shark, Ruby Red Wave. So add that one to our orange that we have of Tabitha Ricci. And we're looking for one more auto in this pack. So we've only had one auto so far, and it is in there. Just saw that peek out from the back. So Valentina Shevchenko, Dominance. Javid Basharat. Stephen Thompson. Nikita Krylov. Marcin Tybura. Uriah Faber. Saeed Nurmagomedov. Macy Barber. Kamaru Usman. Islam Makhachev. And we've got a Ketlin, Vieira Silver, and let's see what we got here. Superstar autographs, and it is a Zhang Wei Li. Zhang Wei Li base. There are a lot of Zhang Wei Li collectors out there. Actually, the second Zhang Wei Li auto we've pulled on the show. Had one back in the Immaculate product that we have sold. But we will take those champion autos. So there we go. Zhang Wei Li. See, she'll be fighting Amanda Lemos coming up at UFC 292, August 19th in Boston. Co-main event with Aljamain Sterling and Sean O'Malley. I think that was our best box so far. Got a little bit bigger stars on our number cards than we had before. We got a lot of rookies that just haven't made a name for themselves yet. And that's kind of what we ended up with, those first four boxes. Some of those legend autographs, they're all base. Which I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about any of the cards that we've gotten so far. Just this one I thought was a little bit better. But the retail box kind of was the cherry on top of this one. And we'll see that card last. But here, just to go back through the color that we hit tonight. Ketlin Vieira, silver. There's that Zhang Wei Li signature and superstar autographs. So Zhang Wei Li auto. It's a base. Oh, I didn't notice it. There's a print line on this Tabitha Ricci. That sucks. Israel Adesanya with the purple. Mackenzie Dern with the blue wave. Adrian Yanez, silver. Uriah Faber, hyper. There we go. There was probably the best one that we pulled is a Hasbullah Magomedov, orange, number to 99. So Charles Oliveira with a silver. Our other auto with a Matt Brown Legendary Signatures silver. David Dvorak hyper. Wrong pile. Charles Oliveira red. So working on a Charles Oliveira lot there. Dustin Poirier blue wave. Frankie Edgar silver. Sean Woodson with the ruby red wave. Islam Makhachev, there's a good one, the teal, 3 of 49. Lucas Almeida with a ruby red wave. Jailton Almeida, silver. Saeed Nurmagomedov, hyper. Jordan Levitt, red. Stipe Miocic, all out, silver. Azmat Mirzakhanov, ruby red wave. John Castaneda, silver. Mark Madsen, hyper. Marlon Chito Vera, blue. Number to 175. And from our retail box, a John Castaneda green auto rookie card. So that was kind of the bonus today. You know, it's not going to break the bank, but anytime you pull an auto out of a retail box, you don't care who it is, and nothing against John Castaneda at all. We appreciate John Castaneda and coming through on that retail box. So not a bad night at all. Not a bad night. I think that's the best one we've had with the Prizm so far. And that one right there is the best one so far. So got the Hasbullah number to 99 with the orange. So yeah, Austin, appreciate it. Appreciate you commenting and just being a faithful watcher. Now he says if I happen to pull a Michel Pereira gold, that he'll get it. And Austin, you know, I'll hook you up, man, because I appreciate anybody on the show that watches. If you have somebody you collect, you're getting first dibs for sure, hands down, because I just appreciate it so much. Because without you, the show doesn't keep going. And, you know, we've been at it. This is 18 weeks now. We've been doing this since January, and we are going to make it, you know, through next January. We're just going to see how far we can go, how much we can improve, get some guests on the show. Like I said, we're going to be changing our software here at some point that we can get some guests on. It's a little bit harder with what I'm using now. But we're looking to make those changes and just keep making improvements to the show. Like I said, we had some intro music today. We had a graphic for the Hobby Top 5. So things are getting better as I get a little more eased into producing and hosting at the same time. That's what makes it a little more difficult. But as I get used to it, you know, the show just gets better. And the more I enjoy doing it, awesome. I appreciate it, Austin. Appreciate you so much. Just like I said, just hanging in there and watching with me. It's just fun to watch people open cards, and that's why I started doing it, because everybody was running these breaks and opening cards, and why buy into a break when you just come here, watch what I open, and it's open to you. You don't have to compete with anybody else for it. It's just there for you to take. So that's why we do what we do. One last thing before we get out of here, for people who, like Austin, who listen and watch regularly, that if you want to be a friend of the show, I do have a few cards made, and I can send these to you. I can put them in the mail. If you if you watch UFC events, if you go to Buffalo Wild Wings, if you go to Twin Peaks, wherever they show UFC events, that's kind of the place that you go to watch your fights instead of paying for them at your house. Hold on just a second. You talk for an hour, it kind of starts to wear on you a little bit. But if those are the places that you go to watch fights, or you have a group that you see regularly that would be interested in the show, I do have a few cards made, and I can send one out to you that they can scan this QR code. You really only need one of these because they can just scan this QR code and they'll take them directly to the show, and they can subscribe to the show directly using this card. And so you can just have one of these on you, say, hey, I enjoy watching the show, I know you're into cards, you're into UFC, that this might be something you're interested in. And then we get the subscriber numbers up, and then we start giving stuff away. That's the way this works, is that you take care of me, and I definitely will take care of you. So I'll be on the lookout for your PC, and just really appreciate any help. So if you do want any of these, or if you want any of these cards, just let me know. Again, my contact information, russ@orange-fire.com. My Twitter handle is @FightCardsRuss or @OrangeFireMedia. You can find me on Facebook, Russ Renault, RENEAU, or Orange Fire Media. We've got both of those pages, and we've got those cards that we can send out to you. And I'll probably include something a little bit extra for you, if you want one of those, and you kind of want to be a friend of the show and want to help promote it, because that's where we're going to keep going, and we're going to keep opening more stuff. That's what we're going to do. So next week, we're going to open up one more retail box and one more hobby box of Prizm. Then I think the week after that, if Panini holds up their end, we've already ordered our case of Prizm, our case of Donruss, and that's 10 hobby boxes in that. So there's 10 boxes of Donruss on the way whenever those come out. And it's supposed to be June 8th, so that's a Thursday, a week from this coming Thursday. I should have those in hand, and if we get those for that June 11th show, then I will open a hobby box of Prizm and a hobby box of Donruss on that show. We'll do a double feature product, and then we'll open what Donruss we have until the next product comes out. We're going to hold these products back just in case there's a lull in between products and we need to save some stuff up. Then we're going to open the most recent product until we run out, and then hopefully Select comes out, and then we'll look ahead. Heard some rumors that one of the products may be dropping off, whether it's Optic or Chronicles. We don't know yet, but we'll just keep an eye on it, keep our ear to the ground, and I'll always be ordering ahead and seeing what's coming out there. As I get ready for the show, I always have kind of an ear to the ground on the products, and we'll see what comes out, and always have that on hand. And at the end, if we have leftover product, we'll do a huge show at the end of the year where we open whatever we have left. So once the Immaculate comes out, once we run out of Immaculate and we have a lull and we know that we're getting the other product in the next week, then we will just blow it out with a huge rip of the 2023 stuff we have left. So that's what my plan is for the rest of the year. Just going forward, just so you know, we're going to have something every week, something new, and for you to look out for, and something to watch every week. And we hope it's fun, and then we hope that you will let other people know what we're doing. Thanks, Austin. Appreciate that. Seeing that Select will be out into July, so that kind of fits our timetable with that Donruss product that we'll be opening that. I'll probably get through most of that Donruss product before Select comes out, and Select's going to be fun. It's going to be fun this year. But really appreciate everybody watching, and we hope that you come back next week. We'll be wrapping up. We'll be recapping the fight night from the Apex in Las Vegas with Kai Kara France against Amir Albazi. So I'm Russ Renault. This is the UFC Fight Cards podcast presented by Orange Fire Media. We're here every Sunday, 9 o'clock Central on YouTube, and then you can find the audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. And I think now we're on Twitch. Hopefully we're on Twitch now. So try to get that set up this week. So hopefully people have been watching, and we appreciate you, and we hope that you enjoy your Memorial Day. Thank you for all the people who servicemen and women who gave their lives for this country. We really appreciate them, not just tomorrow, but every day that we enjoy our freedom here in this country. So thank you. We know you're not with us anymore, but we just look on tomorrow, Memorial Day, that we remember those who fought for us, and that we hope that you enjoy the Memorial Day. You enjoy the break, you recharge, and you just have a great week, and that you come back next week and see what we have going on here. But I really appreciate it, and we will see you next Sunday right here at 9 p.m. Central, right here on the UFC Fight Cards Podcast.